Denny Hamlin gets his second win of the season after overcoming 2 pit road penalties. This video, I will go through the results, mainly talk about everyone and talk about some big ideas from this. I was not able, as many of you know, I usually go to the Texas race. As you've seen in my videos, I make a little video when I go to the race. I take videos of restarts, of action, the end of the race, end of the stages, or whatever it is. But I was not able to make it today. But still going to talk about the race and still going to talk about what I did see and some things I read. As I said, was not able to make it to the race or see the race. I was busy, but I will talk about what I've heard and then what I have gone through, just some big idea, big picture kind of things. So Denny Hamlin grabs his second win this season, continues the domination for Joe Gibbs Racing of this year. They have 4 wins. Team Penske has 3 wins, so only 2 teams have the 7 wins this year. Kyle Busch has 2 wins. Denny Hamlin has 2 wins. Brad Keselowski has 2 wins, and then Joey Logano has 1 win. So those are your winners this year. 4 winners in 7 races. We usually see more winners through this point of the year. But this year, it's obviously there have not been that many winners. We got the defending champion with the win. We got 2 former champions with the win. And then we got Denny Hamlin, who grabbed his 33rd career win today and his 3rd at Texas. So Hamlin has not won at Texas since 2010. I was actually at that race, the race he won at Texas in the fall. That was my first ever NASCAR race. Hamlin winning at Texas. Nice. For the first time since I saw his last one at Texas. I saw him win at Watkins Glen too, but that's beside the point. So he won. He led 45 laps. Apparently he overcame 2 pit road penalties, so it's a big deal. We all know he has issues with speeding on pit road and pit road penalties, but he was able to overcome those penalties and win. Now looking through this, there were a lot of different leaders today. A lot of guys led laps. Some of them were like 3 laps because of pit road or not pit road, green flag stops, but some of them were like double digits. You got Hamlin with 45, Boyer with 3, Suarez with 9, Jones with 30, Jimmy Johnson with 60. That's a big deal. We'll talk about that later. Byron with 15, Almirola with 3. Hold on, how many is that? Top 7 led laps. Kyle Busch led 66 laps. Martin Truex Jr. led 10 laps. Chase Elliott led 35. Austin Dillon led 5. Joey Logano led 8 and won a stage. And then Ryan Blaney led 45. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different leaders today. That's a big deal. I didn't watch the race, but maybe that means good racing. I understand that there were some battles for the lead. I wasn't able to catch the first 30 laps. Jimmy Johnson led all of them, but Chase Elliott was able to get to his bumper. Joey Logano, it was some challenging. There was some 3-wide racing, some solid racing. Obviously, today was the debut of the Blue Wall at Texas. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, but just a random interesting fact there. But back to the results. Clint Boyer finished his 2nd. Don't know much about that, but good for him. They've been having an kind of year. 3rd place, Daniel Suarez. That's a very good finish for him. Suarez, I said at the beginning of the year, he's in good equipment. He was in good equipment last year, but this year he's in very good equipment. Don't get me wrong, Joe Gibbs is doing amazing. Obviously, they got 4 of the 7 wins this year, but last year Stewart-Haas was pretty good. They had 7 wins from Harvick, a win from Almirola, a win from Kurt Busch, and then 2 from Boyer. So they had a lot of wins last year. So him going here was a big deal. Obviously, that's big for him, a big step forward to get 9 laps led, 46 points overall, and finishing 3rd. Top 5s are a big deal. So good for him, good for that team. That's some positive momentum moving forward. 4th was Eric Jones. He led 30 laps today. That's a good finish for him as well. They need some momentum, and they got some today. Now, here's another big topic we're going to talk about. Hendrick Motorsports, they've been struggling this year. Last week, they had a little light from Chase Elliott, who led 49 laps and might have had the best car at the end of the race, but finished 2nd. But Elliott, he was the only one that ran well last week. Johnson finished 24th at Martinsville, a track that he's won at 9 times. Byron and Bowman didn't do solid, but this week was I'd say it was a good week for Hendrick Motorsports. 3 of their 4 drivers led, and 2 guys finished 5th and 6th. Johnson finished 5th after sitting on the pole, and Byron 6th. Johnson led 60 laps, Byron led 15 laps, and Chase Elliott led 35 laps. So that's a good day for Hendrick Motorsports, I'd say, considering how they've run in the past. 3 of their 4 cars ran well, led laps, and then you had Alex Bowman, who finished 18th. But Jimmy Johnson, obviously, he's been on the downfall. He's had terrible days, but he led 60 laps. I think they were all in the opening stage. I think that was. I looked it up for a little bit. That might be right, but he led 60 laps. That's a fact. So good day for that 48 team. They needed a good finish. They got their first top 5 of the year. They led 60 laps on top of that. Prior to this race, they'd only led 4 laps. So that's a big deal for them to not only lead laps, but to get stage points and get a top 5 finish. As for Byron started on the front row, and he finished 6th. That's a good day for that team. They didn't luck into that position. They ran well all day, ran top 10. Out of what I picked up, they ran pretty well throughout the day. Led 15 laps. That's another big deal for that team to lead laps. Before this race, they had led the most laps for Hendrick Motorsports. I think it was like 68. But to lead another 15 in this race, that's a big deal for that team. That's very good for that team. Some positive momentum. Chase Elliott leads 35 laps, but he finishes 13th. Other than the 13th place finish, I think he had a good day. He was contending for the lead. He led some laps, as I said. Finished 3rd in stage 1. So overall, a solid day for the 9 team, a solid day for the 24 team, and a solid day for the 48 team. So this is very good for Hendrick Motorsports, a track that they have been successful at with Jimmy Johnson, who has 7 wins there. They got a win out of Jeff Gordon there. But yeah, so that's a positive sign for this team that they're starting to trend up after last week and coming into this week. 7th, Eric Almirola. 8th, Kevin Harvick. 9th, Kurt Busch. 10th, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch led 66 laps. That might have been the most laps led. That was the most laps led. So he leads the most laps, yet finishes 10th and does not complete the weekend sweep. 11th, Ryan Newman. He had to drop to the rear. 12th, Martin Truex Jr. He led 10 laps. 13th, Chase Elliott. We talked about him. 14th, Austin Dillon. He led some laps, finished 14th. Michael McDowell, solid day, finishes 15th. 16th, Ricky Stenhouse. 17th, Joey Logano. Penske, rough day for them. 17th, Joey Logano was their best finisher. I don't know if it was mechanical problems or what, but at one point I just was checking in on the race. I saw Ryan Blaney leading, and then the next thing I knew, he was 45 laps down, and Keselowski was 55 laps down. So I guess they had mechanical issues is what I looked up. Blaney finished 37th, Keselowski 36th. Keselowski only got 1 point versus Blaney 16 because Blaney got stage points. Where were we? Logano. 18th, Alex Bowman, as I said, the only Hendrick driver who did not have a good day. 19th, Paul Menard. 20th was the local guy, Chris Buescher. 21st, Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon had a good start to the day, started off 9th place. Good qualifying, but finishes 21st. 22nd, Ryan Preece. And then same thing for Bubba Wallace. Started 10th, good starting position, finishes 23rd. 24th, Matt Tiff. 25th, David Reagan. 26th, Matt DiBerito. 27th, Parker Kligerman. 28th, Corey LaJoy. 29th, Watermelon Boy. 30th, Landon Castle of Starcom Racing. 31st, BJ McLeod. 32nd, Garrett Smithley. 33rd, Daniel Hemrick. I read that he had an incident, I think. 34th, Reed Sorensen. 35th, Bailey Curry. Never heard of that person. 36th, Brad Keselowski. 37th, Ryan Blaney. Timmy Hill finished 38th. He finished better than Kyle Larson because Kyle Larson had his car on fire at one point. Timmy Hill beat Kyle Larson. Timmy Hill's the GOAT, guys. That's just a fact now. But, yeah, so that's everyone in the results. Went over to, whoa, we got 8 minutes and 52 seconds right now. Well, that's excluding all the stuff I have to cut out, but still, that's a good time for someone who didn't watch the race. I don't really know if these are updated standings, but we'll go to the NASCAR app real quick just to see if those are updated. But yeah, as I said, Hendrick Motorsports with a solid day. Joe Gibbs Racing continues their domination. Penske struggles today. They watched Joe Gibbs take the advantage in that wins of this season, 4-3, and everyone else really needs to step it up. So, as I said, only 2 teams have won. That means Hendrick, Stewart-Haas. They got to step it up. They got to step their game up and say, hey, come on, you guys. Let's go. This looks updated. Maybe. Is it? No. Maybe. Playoff points. It only has Hamlin at 1 win, so it's not updated, but I'd assume Hamlin moved up in points. He was sitting 3rd, only 6 points behind. He might be the new points leader. Kyle Busch might be up there. But yeah, good days for those guys. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so sorry I missed the race. I tried my best to kind of recap it up, but I'll be back next week to watch Bristol maybe. But yeah, excited for Bristol. Yeah, Bristol. Let's go. Yeah, it should be an exciting race. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, great night. It's a little late, but still getting the upload up. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Have a great night rest, and if you're watching this in the morning, good morning. Have a great day.